Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate it. And I thank our witnesses for being here today. Um, I want to thank the ranking member of the subcommittee for the piece from Paul Harvey. I had heard that many, many years ago, but it's a good reminder of all the many things that farmers do. Ms. Boswell, thank you so much for sharing your experiences working on a farm. I grew up also on a farm, house with no electricity, no running water. Everything we ate, we grew or killed. So thank goodness I learned how to farm at an early age. You note in your testimony the average age of an American farmer is 57.5 years old, while fewer than 10% of agriculture producers are under 35 years old. Do you have concerns about policies that discourage youth participation in agriculture, such as HR 7345?
Thank you for the question, Dr. Foxx. Absolutely. Right now, considering the growth in world population, considering we just came off a pandemic where we saw shortages and disruptions in the labor supply, now is more than ever the time that we need to be encouraging growth in agriculture and young people to go back into agriculture. And we need to be developing those policies to get that exposure early, developing educational programs that give youth those skills that they need to be successful. It isn't glamorous and it's hard work. And it really takes cultivating that passion at a young age. I get emotional at the Paul Harvey poem because, I see my parents in that. I see my neighbors in that. And I see that because I worked with them side by side and I saw them cry when a hailstorm came through and I saw the joy of a successful harvest and everything in between. And that comes from a passion in agriculture. It is not something that you can pick up at the age of 18 and just all of a sudden want to move from the city out to rural America and want to start growing fruits and veggies and corn.
Yes, well, we're very, very fortunate that we have people who feel that passion. And as a small-time farmer myself, I'll tell you, we've really enjoyed our garden this year and really been blessed with it and grateful. I understand what you say. Ms. Boswell, FFA and 4-H are invaluable education programs that encourage and develop young leaders for careers in agriculture. And Mr. Keller mentioned this before, but would HR 7345 have a negative impact on youth participation in FFA and 4-H programs? And would it undermine the effectiveness of these vital programs?
In my opinion, it would. Restricting the ability of student learners to work until the age of 14 would absolutely impact the participation. FFA programs start in middle school, and in fact, they're even prioritizing middle school programs to try to foster that interest in education at an earlier age. And this is in rural and urban America. And 4-H clubs start even younger than that. And many of those projects include work experience. Now, everyone needs to be doing that work experience safely, and we need to make sure that they're are doing tasks that they understand the risk and that they are being supervised during. But I'm very skeptical that this legislation and regulatory changes that would follow would not try to limit that exemption as we've seen in the past.
Right. And I want to give a shout out to our colleague, Ms. Roybal Allard. I've enjoyed very much working with her over the years, and I'm going to be sorry to see her retire. But Ms. Boswell, we all agree the health and safety of young people working in agriculture should be protected. In your experiences, do agriculture employers take the safety of their workers seriously, including workers under 18 years of age? And what are these employers doing to keep their under 18 workers safe?
From my experience, farmers and ranchers and ag employers across the country, and I have been fortunate to travel across the country with American Farm Bureau and with USDA, speaking with farmers and ag employers firsthand. They want to be able to have the tools to do it right, to be able to follow the law, to understand the law, and to be able to treat their workers in safe working environments with the tools that they need to prevent injury. The key is being proactive here. And I have personally represented agricultural employers and farmers with Dr. Lee on the board of ASHCA, also participated in the Safety in Agriculture and Youth project that was funded by USDA, and distributed those materials and those guidelines that were put together by safety experts and by those directly working on the ground and representing farmers' interests out to farmers and ranchers across America to help them to apply those. Again, the key is to be proactive here. Setting an arbitrary age limit, it does not give those resources. It only discourages participation overall.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I yield back.
And thank you, Dr. Foxx.